Hi guys, in this video I'm going to talk about conceptual dependency. Conceptual dependency was originally developed to represent knowledge acquired from natural language input. This conceptual dependency was developed for natural language inputs. We have different natural languages, and if we want to convert from one natural language to another, then we require some sorts of rules for converting them. So for such type of for natural language inputs and representing this natural language input, we have developed conceptual dependency. The main aim or the goal of this theory was to be independent of the words used in the original input, that is independent of the language in which it was initially stated. Suppose I have one particular statement in English language, like I went to zoo, or in Hindi I have the statement मैं zoo गया था. So the main aim of this theory was to be independent of the word used in the original input, that is independent of the language in which it was initially stated. We don't have to think about the word in a particular language. Like the meaning of went in English language should be we are going in somewhere. So it should not be going to change if we are converting this statement into another language. So the main aim of this theory was to be independent of the words. Independent of the words means a words can have only a fixed meaning. It should not be like that words in some language should be changed in another language, and if it is converted to third language, then again the meaning of the word is changed. So independent of the words mean that one particular word will have only a fixed meaning or definition. For any two sentences that are identical in meaning, there should be only one representation of meaning. Suppose there are two statements, and if we draw semantic network for the two statements, and we have drawn two different semantic network for two different English statements, but both have the same meaning. So it will now create a confusion and a state of dilemma. But in conceptual dependency, we want to remove this type of dilemma. So in the conceptual dependency, any two statements that are identical in meaning, there should be only one representation of meaning. Like there are two different statements. I went to college yesterday. First statement. Second statement, today I am going to college. So in both the statements, my core soul is that I am going to college. That is, I am moving from my place to the college. So the two statements which have similar meaning or which have identical meaning in some sense must have the same representation of meaning. That is, representation for both the statement should be same. That is, in both the situation, tense change, that is one was present and one was in past, but in both the situation a transfer of object take place, that is one object has moved from one location to another location. So the second aim of the conceptual dependency was two sentences that have identical meaning should have same representation in meaning, used for representing piece of English statement. This conceptual dependency is used for representing English piece of statements. Different English statements can be represented in conceptual dependency. Conceptual dependency have 11 parametric actions called acts. Every action in real life or every statement in English sentence can be represented with the help of this 11 parameters. First is a transfer of an abstract relationship. When you are transferring some relationship, then you are going to use 8 trends. Example, give. Tarun give rose to Anushka. So this is an example of transfer. Here a transfer of a object take place from one object to another object. That is, rose is being transferred from Tarun to Anushka. Second is P-trans, transfer of physical location of object. That is, I went to the college. I have moved from my home to the college. That is transfer of physical location of object. That is go. Third is propel, application of physical force to an object. Example, push. Utkarsh and Gaurav have fight and Gaurav push Utkarsh. That is, a sort of action is being performed. That is, Gaurav pushed Utkarsh. So whenever there is any present of physical force, then we are going to use propel. Fourth is entrance, transfer of mental information. Example, tag. I have any information present in my mind. Now I am telling this information. That is transfer of mental information. Whatever the information is stored in my brain or in my mental, then I am going to transfer. I am going to transfer it by telling stories or by giving knowledge. That is, for this type of statements we have M-trans. Fifth is M-bit, construct new information from old, like decide. Like, I have some old information present, and now with the help of this old information I am going to derive a new information from it. Like, I have a bad trip in Agra, so now I will decide what was the reason that things led my trip to be a bad. So next time when I plan a trip, then my trip should be in a successful way. That deciding from the old information so that you can derive a new information. Coming to the sixth primitive action, that is speak. Utter a sound. When you utter some sound, then speak will be used. Example, I am saying that utter a sound. So speaking will be used when we utter a sound or when sound will be produced. Seventh, attend. Focus a sense of stimulus. Like, you are attending my video. That is, you are watching my video or you are listening my video. So attend is a focus, a sense of stimulus. This is the seventh. Eighth is move, movement of body part by owner. Example, punch, kick. For example, Gaurav Chokse kicked Utkarsh Srivastav. So Gaurav has moved his body part, leg, and kicked Utkarsh Srivastav with the help of his leg. Whenever there is a movement of body part by owner, then we are going to use move. Ninth, grasp, actor grasping an object. Example, clutch. Like, girls put clutch on their hairs, as clutch grabs an object. For clutch, the object are hairs. 10th, ingest, actor ingesting an object. Like, when you are eating something, that is, you are ingesting something in your body. 11th and the last is expel, that is, actor getting rid of an object from body. That is, now the time of summer has come and now sweat is coming out of my body. That is, I am expelling sweat from my body. Or any type of situation in which when an object is getting rid from something from his body, then we are going to use this expel. This were the 11 categories of primitive actions. What type of action can be present? Now there are 6 primitive conceptual categories. These 11 were the actions, and now these 6 are the categories in which we can divide our statement. Objects. PP, real world object. Like, I am speaking. So I am Sanjay Pathak is a real world object. Act, real world action. Like I am teaching. So it is an action. I am performing some real world action, that is I am teaching. Attributes of object, that is I am a YouTuber, so or I am an engineer. So these are the attributes of the object. I am the object and these are my attributes, that I am a YouTuber and I am an engineer. AA, attributes of action. Suppose teaching is my attribute, then what are the action related to this attribute? Like I am teaching, with the teaching I am speaking about some topic or I am teaching some topic, that is attributes perform of the object can be represented as AA. T for times, like I am doing this work on 19th March, so it is a time. LOC means location, when we want to represent some location, like I am presently present in Jabalpur, so for my location I am going to use LOC. So these were the 11 parametric conceptual actions, and these are the 6 parametric conceptual categories in which we can divide our objects or object actions. Thank you.